Good Monday morning to you folks. Let's get started streaming some arena this morning. Hope you had a great weekend. I sure did. Did a lot of resting, played some arena, did some streaming Saturday night, had a decent little turnout, so appreciate you guys that showed up Saturday night. It wasn't our usual time schedule, but I like that. I like getting in some extra streaming, doing something a little bit different. And speaking of a little bit different, we might do something a little different this morning. So I kind of cheated after I played Saturday evening, did a lot of jank stuff. I wanted to test some things out, and I ended up testing out a pretty good mono white build, which, if you don't know, mono white is currently a decent part of the historic meta. Now, it wasn't that long ago that Standard had a pretty decent, I guess, white weenie, so a mono white aggro. I would say the mono white that's part of the meta right now is probably not so much aggro. I mean, it sort of is, maybe, but it's really built around life gain. And the deck I played is built around life gain as well. I got to pull off at least two, maybe three wins with Aetherflux Reservoir. So that was pretty awesome. Like, really awesome. The old laser cannon. And I took some losses to it recently too. So it was nice to get in there and be on the winning side of that card. So, all right, we might play some of that this morning though. I really enjoyed it. Well, okay. So if you watch Saturday, we got through gold and into platinum, which was nice. Gold is a little easier to get through these days, but platinum is a little bit more difficult. We ended last season in diamond. That was nice. Still not mythic. That's okay. We might get there. But so we got through gold and hit platinum. Well, that mono white, it blazed through platinum 4. I was sitting pretty in platinum 3, looking to keep some momentum going. And then I went back to play testing my jank stuff. And I place tested jank until the bottom fell out. And I think I'm probably sitting at the very bottom of Platinum 4 now. So there's that. All right, let's see. So our quest this morning is blue or black. Let me think. I say I know. I'm pretty sure I don't have a Demir anymore. Not really my color combination. Blue in general is not my thing. We've established that on this stream. This channel. Not this stream is what we're doing right now. If you don't know, I'm a words person, words matter kind of person. All right, so here's some jank stuff that's got the blue. It doesn't have the black. And let's take a look at it real quick. So I built this deck around cards like Bag of Holding that want you to discard. So it was interesting building it because most cards want your opponent to discard. And so I'm spent all this time trying to figure out how to create something that wants me to discard. And that does, you can tell there's a lot of red. Red does, have you discard your own cards quite a bit. So that wasn't too hard, but still a little funky trying to build. Song of Creation hopefully works really well in this deck. So yeah, Glinthorn Buccaneer. I don't know that so I think I did see this card once in Historic and I thought, oh, that was so neat, let me try it. Other than that, you don't see this stuff going around very much. There's a reason. It wasn't strong. It was fun though. So I think because it was fun, we're going to give it another shot. But I haven't checked out since Kaladesh Remastered came out to see if there's anything that we might want to incorporate. So let's do a real quick look and see if there's anything newer that we don't have or might want to pick up here. So let me see. I've got blue mostly for Song of Creation. I don't remember feeling confident about blue when I built this, and part of it is I didn't want to get too many colors going on in general. So you can see we have a strong red base. We're splashing green, and we're just splashing enough blue to get the Song of Creation out. Song of Creation is such an odd card that I think it works here. I've seen it work in a few other decks, and yeah, it's pretty odd. I think we can make it work though. All right, so like I said, I really just want to make sure there's nothing from Kaladesh Remastered that would make sense here, because I've gone through the rest of these fairly well. I mean, I think I'm fairly confident that in the build that I've got. Well, okay, not confident in the build because I mean it's not super strong. It is fun. It is janky, but I'm fairly confident in the card and gone through the and blah, I can't talk this morning. And having gone through the cards of the sets that are not Kaladesh Remastered, so I really want to look for that. So I guess I could narrow that down in the search. Okay, so Bomat Carrier was a really popular card during Kaladesh's Standard that I don't remember as much because I was not as heavy in the loop during that time. You exile face down, then you sacrifice Bomat Carrier and put all those cards in here. So it's like a really good draw engine, which is interesting because red likes to draw by exiling, and sometimes I feel really weird about that because I'm well, but now my card's exiled, and if I can't play it or if I lose it, like it feels like it's a risk, which it makes sense. I mean, red being a color that would take the risk. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything jumping out at me right now. Doesn't mean there aren't cards that would make this deck better. I'm just not really feeling it at the moment. So I think we may go with what we have. Yeah, so I did go through this after Amonkhet Remastered came out because that's why I put Hazoret in. So, which... it's a mythic. I think I'm down to one mythic wild card, so I don't think I want to push that just yet as far as trading that in. So, okay, deals damage to any target equal to the number of cards in your hand. Discard all the cards in your hand, then draw that many cards. That actually might fit this deck really well. So again, our payoffs here are cards like the Glinthorn Buccaneer. So whenever I discard a card, it deals a damage to each opponent. And then if we have Torben on the field, then we increase that damage. So those are our big payoffs. We have some other things like Bag of Holding, helps keep us from losing those cards that are discarded. But those are our big payoffs. I don't know. I think, is it worth... yeah, I'm down to 4 rares. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know. I think we're going to go with what we got. Let's play this funky little deck and see if it'll do anything this morning. It's not awful. It's definitely fun. But getting it to all line up and work sometimes, it doesn't like to do that. Got my dad fuel this morning. I don't know. This is a great cup, you coffee drinkers. It's just the right size. Good cup of coffee this morning. What is this? Skirtby? Yeah, I can't pronounce that. Alright, so I like the draw to begin with. I wish I had a little more red, since we're going to need double red for those. But we're going to go with it. We have creature removal in the early game, and we're sitting on 3 land in general. So, yeah. Let's get that going. Alright, so we're going to go with another land that's going to come into play tapped because we can at least get the bag of holding out now. A bit of a strange card in itself. Yeah, so I like janky stuff, but I usually steer away from some of the more odd cards. Um, but this one, I don't know, this one seems odd, but I guess I've seen it played enough that I feel comfortable with it. I'm going to go ahead and use its ability, actually. No, I'm not. I'm gonna leave my land open. Let my opponent see that land open. Not that they care. Oh my goodness. So this so there's a lot of mill out there, right? Usually I do just fine against mill. Most of my decks, they're not great decks, but they hold up to mill, right? Well, I had a guy play mill with me just last night, I think it was. And he had this card, Ruvak the, oh my gosh, grandiloquent? That's a hard word to pronounce. Anyway, so he doubles the amount of cards milled. Well, now there's a card in, just came out with Zendikar. Wasn't it Zendikar? Yeah, Zendikar Rising, that if you kick it, it mills half your deck. Well, when you double that, that's your whole deck. And that one, I mean, he had the one card on the battlefield and cast a second card, and the game was over. Now, granted, it wasn't necessarily early. We were in, I don't know what round it was. Probably turn 5 or 6, because I think it takes at least, I want to say it takes 6 to kick, not 6 for kicker, but 6 in total to cast and kick the card that he played, which I can't remember the name of. But anyway, so he cast it and kicked it, and he only had the one other card on the battlefield, and that was it. It was game over. And I wasn't doing too bad. I just couldn't remove anything. And so, alright, I'm going to go ahead and cycle this just because while having a 5th land is great, I really need something else besides that green. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that was a good cycle. That is definitely better. Alright, so we're also going to go and search for more. There we go. So at least we shouldn't be hurting for land now. Yeah, see, here comes Ruvak again. So we're going to go ahead. Luckily, we brought a board wipe that can take care of this. So, good morning and welcome if you're joining just now. Appreciate you jumping in, checking things out. We are playing some janky stuff this morning. This is a discard deck. And let us wipe this board. Alright, so now I have enough land. I think cycling makes more sense here. This is a play style that I am not used to either, and that's probably why I never won a ton with it and couldn't quite nail down what I wanted to do with it. Yeah. So let's do this. Okay, we'll just discard that back. So this is what we're going to get back in our hand when we sacrifice the bag of holding, which we don't need any of that right now, except for possibly the lava coil. So that'll be nice to kind of have stashed away. All right, so we're going to get this out. So if this sticks, oh, and there's our counter spell. We knew that was coming. Sorry, my alarm. All right. Okay, we're just waiting for me to let it resolve. Yeah. Yeah, so we knew the counterspell was coming and we were going to have to cast into it. The only thing was casting into it with the one card we really wanted on the battlefield did kind of stink, but that's okay. Okay, so this is what's cool. Song of Creation typically puts everything in our graveyard, but with the Bag of Holding, it puts everything away for later. So that's kind of nice. We could go ahead and destroy the enchantment if we crack the Bag of Holding now. But now I'm a little more concerned about what's going on over here. Okay, let's cycle. This will be good. Okay, let's go here. Oh, do we have enough? Okay, we don't have enough to play that. But that's okay. We might just go ahead and crack the Bag of Holding soon, because when those get discarded, they'll get put back here, then back into our hand. So yes, I think it's time. I mean, speaking of time, we're running out of time. So if we go ahead and crack that, we can cast our Glinthorn Buccaneer and get rid of that enchantment. That should slow the mill project down enough. Alright, let's see if we can't slow this mill down. The only thing is, I wish I had a second Bag of Holding nearby to go ahead and put on the battlefield, so that when we discard all of this to Song of Creation, we'd get it all back again later. Like that's how we want this to work. Okay. Yeah, resolve. Okay, so are any of these lands... See, they're all going to come in to play tap, so that stinks a little bit. But let's go ahead and play one. Oh, I should have played that one. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's not that big of a difference. Well, we got all this back in our hand, and now we're about to lose it because we didn't... Okay, well, let's cycle again. Oh, I forgot. Song of Creation lets me play 2 lands per turn. Okay. I did forget about that. Yeah, it's over. We only got 3 cards in our deck. Well, the thing is, this deck takes... for me, especially, and I would say for a fair amount of players, this is the kind of deck that takes some practice. Because you are doing odd things. You're keeping cards with Bag of Holding, you're discarding everything. Yeah, okay, we're down to what, 2 cards, and I've got nothing on the board. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and bail. We got some practice in with it. I want to try it again, see if we can't figure out how to make these different interactions make sense. I almost feel like I need to spend more wild cards and have a play set of Bag of Holding, because what we saw there is we removed the Bag of Holding to put cards in our hand, but because Song of Creation was there, it was going to make us discard them all. So, but you know what? When we ended that turn, we didn't discard our hand to Song of Creation. That was strange. I'm not sure what happened. Alright, welcome again to anybody who's just joining. Let's try this discard deck one more time. We are... Hey, by the way, we're up to 5,000 gold. Even though that last Premier draft went horrible, I think I'm going to do another one and just not do Kaladesh. I think we're going to plan on doing another one. I'll try to schedule it again like I did last week, and we might schedule it for Thursday again if we can. I got to wait and see what I think we're going to get to as far as gold. Okay, I'm going to look at this one more time. I think another bag of holding or two makes more sense so that when we lose one we can cast one. Wow, do I really want to spend wild cards to make this funky little deck work? Let's just do one. Let's just do one more. And then we'll drop a land to be at 60, I think. Let's count. 4, 8. That's 8 at 16, 17, 20, 24. Yeah, we can drop one. Maze Mind Tomb. See, I don't think I've got any of those. Let's take a look. And treasure map for drawing land. So I really wanted to make this Song of Creation work. Will Maze Mind Tomb and Song of Creation work together? Okay, put a page counter on Maze Mind Tomb, scry 1. That's good. Put a page counter on Maze Mind Tomb, draw a card. When there are 4 or more page counters on Maze Mind Tomb, exile it. If you do, you gain 4 life. Okay, so it's good for card draw and scrying. Are we doing really anything else with it? I mean, I like it, and I know it's a big part of the meta right now. I just don't know if it makes this janky mess over here work. If I could figure out how to make this deck specifically better, I like that we can scry with it. But I don't know that we necessarily need the card draw engine because we're cycling quite a bit here, which is interesting because we're not even a cycling deck. Let's see. And with 1 card left in hand. Oh, more card draw. Well, yeah, that is a fair point. The only thing though is we did that because we were dumping everything to Song of Creation, and so what I was thinking is with Bag of Holding we could get it all back. That is a good point. We're getting more card draw. All right. Let's put the 1 in and not use a wild card on them yet. So let's try that. Let's say treasure map. I don't remember. I remember treasure map. I don't think I've ever played with a treasure map. Yeah, see, I've got to go. I don't even own any. Where's that? Oh, that's from. Is that Rivals of Ixalan or Ixalan? I forget. Scry 1. 3 more counters on it. Remove the counters. Create 3 tokens. Sacrifice a token. Draw a card. Okay, so card draw. Yeah. All right, I'm keeping that one in mind too. I'm not going to spend the wild cards on that yet because, as you can tell, we're down pretty good. Let's see. Discard deck. Definitely need the 4th Song of Creation then. You know, that's a good point. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, I'm kind of playing with that. I think a 4th Song of Creation probably is a good idea. Let's run it. So we're at 61. I should probably cut something. I'm not sure. Well, that is an odd. Let's go. Let's run this 60. Let's see what it does. I like those suggestions though. I like adding the 4th Song of Creation. That was just kind of again, that's a wild card thing. Just trying to decide where to spend wild cards. I do typically prefer to play with play sets. So I like that suggestion. We'll see what we get out of this run. Okay, we do have a good mana base there. Alright, let's run this and see what happens. Bixenti? Yeah, I can't pronounce that. Alright, let's get this one down. And so on our second turn, we'll at least have the availability to get something. Yep, see, there we go. We can get something out of there. Start with some removal. As you can tell, I'm not patient enough to wait until the next turn and leave those open. It's because, so I am clearly, I'm a horrible blue player because I don't leave land open very often. And when I do, it's like a big deal. It's like, hey, look at me, I left that open. Oh, I misplayed that. I meant to grab the mountain, not the tapped one. Oops. Alright. Well, that happened. Oh, interesting. That was an odd time to use that. So it already had vigilance. So they just use it to get the 1/1 counter and indestructible. Huh. Really odd. Okay. And see, now I can... Wow. Well, we'll take advantage of that. Like, they used it last turn, got the indestructible, and here we are making an easy play here. Oh, good for you. Okay. Well, so we're going to lose out on that interaction. I'm going to go ahead and draw here. Okay, so the upside is, outside of the... Oh, speaking of card draw, our opponent's in a pickle. So outside of all of the exiling enchantments, I don't think we're going to see a ton of removal. We could see a board wipe. White is really good at that. So I think we might be good to start sticking our creatures and feel good about it. Alright, so they're working the life gain. Yeah, we definitely don't want to block. That's our payoff card. Okay. So we could go ahead and cycle, start dealing damage, but I think we want to increase our payoff. So let's try that. We're going to hope that these stick, which I think there's a really good chance they will. Oh, we're down to 6. Okay, I made that mistake the other day. I was so focused up here on the cards on the board, I didn't pay attention to my life total. So we have to block. I'm afraid of what that is. So now I'm thinking we may have to lose what's on the board. Alright, let's block here and at least keep that for now. Wow. Yeah, I've got a block. I can't believe. Oh. So not only did we have to block, we have to stick another blocker down. And see, they're just outside of reach of our removal. That hurts. Because we brought removal to the table, but right now, it's not doing us a lot of good. Good game. Yeah, it probably is a good game. Oh, and Hazaret can't block. I don't play with him much. That wasn't a set I played much in, so it's a new card for me. I don't feel like that was a good representation of the deck. That was me not blocking a lot. Well, so again, being able to pump and avoid our removal, that was big time. That was big time. Alright, let's go one more time with that build and see if we can't figure out. Be right back. Appreciate it. Alright, if you're just joining, first off, welcome and thank you. I appreciate you. And second off, we are trying to figure out how to make this weird discard deck that really wants to get the Glinthorn Buccaneer the payoff. I've seen it done. I have seen it done, but really having a hard go at it here. So I know it can be done, but so the idea hopefully is to deal damage by discarding with the glint horn, keep our cards in play with the bag of holding, and not so much keep them in play, but keep them available, and eventually get them back in our hand that way. So, excuse me. We also have Song of Creation that creates some really interesting interaction. So, okay, this might finally be the matchup that we need. We have Bibachi. Cool name. Mono green might finally be the matchup that works for us. Okay, let's try this Maze Mine Tomb. It was suggested, and I actually am going to keep that land because we're going to get rid of this land. Alright, so that goes to Bag of Holding. Glinthorn Buccaneer deals damage. So we keep that for later. We get that land that we actually needed. And we can attack. That wasn't bad at all. So I like that we can scry with Maze Mine Tomb before we do anything else. I do really like that. Alright, let's go here. We'll go ahead and scry. So we don't need that. Okay. Yeah, there's no point attacking there. That's better than I thought it'd be. That is definitely better. I really like that. Ooh, that hurts. It's not blocked yet. Okay. So it's scry again. Yeah, I think I do want that because I got to get that Song of Creation going. That will help with. So we discard here, we deal more damage. Unless you have one or fewer cards in hand. Well, that's coming. Let's go there. Let's destroy Flanchwood Armor. Nice. Okay, we're finally getting the payoffs. Good suggestion on the Maze Mine Tomb, because if nothing else, the scrying has really, I mean, it's already, we've already seen the value just in being able to scry with it so far. Vivian. I like Vivian. Not on my opponent's side of the board, but I like Vivian. Oh, okay, we get a second. Should we go ahead? Oh, that's tough. Okay, let's go ahead and get this out, and then next turn we'll get out our Song of Creation. Okay, that'll work. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll do that because we'll get it back. We'll get it back eventually. Okay, so far this is working out, but I think mono green was just the right matchup we needed. Getting this matchup in mono green, I think is really helpful. Let's see. Oh, destroyed our... Yeah, we needed to keep that. That was a bummer. And I'm sure those will get pumped at some point, but right now we can still block them, so that's really nice. Okay. Okay, now we get Hazaret working. And Hazaret can also help us discard. Okay, so barring anything major, we might finally have an engine going. Here we go. Okay, so they're going to get trample, but... Oh, and getting the Vivian trigger too. Well, the board state's probably going to change pretty significant here. Oh, is that the ooze? Not the ooze. Is it the sapperling? Not ooze, the sapperlings. That's the sapperling lord. I don't like that card. I don't like the direction this board state is going. I gotta get my engine churning again. Oh, we drew a land. Okay, so let's use this to discard it. And let's deal our damage. Oh, I thought you could... Oh, it's to the opponent. Okay, I thought you could direct where it goes. Oops. So if we can survive this turn and do that one more time next turn, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's game. So now we just gotta survive. Can we survive? Let's see. Ooh. Wow. I think that's game. That's probably game. Yeah, that didn't hurt as bad. We were going to be able to win without that, but I don't think we can win with the 15-15 aggressive mammoth coming at us. Alright, so we can block indestructible, block here and block there. Oh wait, we're good. Are we good? We survived? Oh, nice. Okay, these triggers don't cause any damage though, right? This is just going to create card draw, landfall, but there's no landfall effects. Okay, Gore Claw's on the battlefield. Like, none of this changes anything. Still, nothing is changing anything. He couldn't put us away. And all we have to do is that. Nice, we did it. Okay, so the deck did what it's supposed to do. Again, the matchup I think was good for it. That mono green. So again, trying to figure out what to do in bad matchups. That Maze Mind Tomb being able to scry, that was very helpful. So I do like that. I liked Hazaret. Hazaret? Whatever his name is. That was fun. So now it's got me thinking about what else we can do. If we make this viable enough, it's a lot easier to feel good about spending wild cards on it. So I kept this in because I was having a hard time with planeswalkers, but I'm kind of debating on pulling the Sorceress Spyglass. And then I don't really think I need the Migration Path. Matter of fact, with the new lands, let's see. Let me go here. So we have a full play set of those. But we also have a couple of those. And what are the other color combinations? What do I have? Do I have a lot of basics in this? I don't need all those basic lands. I think I even may put in a couple scry lands. Yeah, that was odd. I don't know why I hadn't gone through and fixed my land base before. Okay, so oh, you're back. So did you get to see we pulled off the win? I don't know. But also, we not only pulled off the win last time, but the Maze Mine Tomb earned its keep in the Scry ability. That was huge. So I'm fixing my mana base right now. It's a really wonky mana base. So let's see. Let's pull. I do want to keep those Scry lands. Alright, so we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's still too many lands. How do we get so heavy? Alright, let's try again. There's 4, 8, 10, 14, 15, 16, 19, 21, 22, 23. Geez, 27? Okay, so let's pull some of these. Alright, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21. If I'm counting right, we're still at 25. Okay. That makes more sense. Alright, so yeah, we did pull off a win finally. The matchup was really good with mono green. Scrying with Maze Mine Tomb was really, really helpful. Pulling, Hezeret, he pulled some work there. That was nice. Like we got to he gave us a discard trigger, dealt damage, and by being indestructible, turned into a pretty good blocker there at the end. Do I go ahead and spend another mythic there? Yikes, we're down to 1. I don't know, but seeing this deck actually function well, again, makes me feel much better about considering putting my wild cards into it. Let's just run it like it is one more time. Oh, well, I guess we got to add something. Got to put 3 more in. All right, let's go ahead and do one more Maze Mine Tomb. Do I go ahead and do a play set of the bag, or a play set of Song of Creation? Or do we just invest everything and go all in? Oh, what a decision. Okay, if you're joining, thank you for jumping in. Appreciate you. We're trying to figure out this weird, really wonky discard deck built around Glinthorn Buccaneer. And we're tweaking it right now. We've tweaked it. I had a really good suggestion for Maze Mine Tomb. I hadn't played with the card. I've seen everybody else playing with it, but I saw it being played in decks I wasn't really familiar with. Not a deck like this, which I've only seen one other deck like this, and it was, I'm going to say it was probably better because whoever built it knew what they were doing. But getting the Scry from Maze Mine Tomb really, really helped. I really like that. So, alright, I'm going to go all in. I cannot believe I'm going all in on this janky mess. Some friendly games? What does that mean? Like direct challenge? I'm down with that. Alright, I'm crafting it. Yeah, direct challenge. Do you want a direct challenge against my janky discard deck? Test it on you? I don't mind that. Let me run let me run it like it is, and then where's my? I guess you got to have to send me a. Um, I'll let you send me the challenge. So you will need. Where's my username? There, it's on the screen. RevBandAid 75005. Now, what I should probably do, not yet because I'm way too small right now. What I should probably do as I grow this whole thing, the stream and everything, which, yeah, it's been a little intimidating working on all this, but what I should probably do is make the direct challenge like a supporter benefit bonus kind of thing. We'll see how that could be fun. But yeah, go ahead and send me one now. I'll run this game and then we'll do that. So yeah, we're all in on this thing now. One Old Bull. That's a cool name. All right. Good land base to start. Good removal. Card draw. Let's run this. I'm not going to have anything on the board right away. I'm okay with that, though. Because we got card draw in the Cathartic Reunion. And by adding... So we added... Do I want to go ahead and use the card draw? Yeah, why not? Well, no, I don't, because not that card draw. Let's use this one. So if I get a bag of holding out, it makes that more valuable. So let's wait. Got to get your 3 quests done. Nice. All right. Yeah, let's go tapped on that. We don't need to cast it. Okay, so what? Okay, this could be the typical life gain deck, which, seeing all this white mana tells me that's probably what it is. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So basically turning it into an Ajani's Pridemate. I hate that card. Not the enchantment so much as Ajani's Pridemate. Friendly. You know, friendly games are probably the smart way to get your quests in, but I... Wilt on the minion? Oh. Yep, you caught that. Okay, I keep forgetting that these are enchantments. Yep. I haven't seen a lot of it. That was a bad play. Now here's the thing. It was so bad that I'm embarrassed to have to use a second wilt. Like, I don't want to show my opponent that I have how bad of a play it was. Like, do I use a second wilt to kill the minion? No. Oh, that's awful. So I'm going to sit on this one a little bit and see if I'd rather use it somewhere else. I could use it here, but I don't feel too threatened by that right now. I'm going to wait and see if something bigger comes out. Maybe it wasn't too big of a misplay. We can say we're just flaunting our supremacy by letting him keep his creature. We just don't want his creature to grow. Alright, so it's a little early to do that since we don't have Bag of Holding yet, but let's see if we can't get something going. Matter of fact, it was really early to do that. I really wish I hadn't done that. That feels worse to me than leaving the ram on the battlefield. I really should have waited on a Bag of Holding to do that. Now what is... Oh, Dub. I don't remember. I remember Dub, but I don't see it. Nobody plays with Dub. Okay, so it's first strike. So that's fine. Torben can handle first strike. So anyway, you were saying friendly matches are the best place to do quests. That's probably the case, but I never do friendly matches for quest. I always stay on the ladder, which is probably why I never make it past platinum or diamond on the ladder, because I'm always testing on the ladder. I'm like a yo-yo or a slinky bouncing up and down the ladder. Okay, I felt good until the flying showed up. I think we're going to be killed by the ram, which now makes me think, why didn't I wilt the lamb? Lamb? No, ram, not a lamb. Ram. And now I have no choice but to cycle. Wow. Okay, well, there's too many misplays here. Let's not do that anymore. So I should have killed the ram. I should have held on to the Song of Creation until I had the Bag of Holding. I should probably drink more coffee and get awake before I keep going. That was bad. That was so bad. All right. So I do want to practice doing promotional stuff. So I just want to remind everybody who is here that you can, or not that you can, you should. I need you to like and subscribe and share. Go to my social media platforms, share, do all the things that you do on the streaming platforms. Ring the bell, I don't know. All those things that you can do. I need all the support we can get. We want to grow this community. I don't have... oh wait, we're over here. I'm about to hit the wrong button. I want to go here. Okay, so I have to go there and accept invite. Here we go. Yeah, we don't have a large following yet, but we're going to get there. But we're only going to get there if you will share, get people on board. So this is the best time to get people on board because we're small enough of a community right now. We can easily jump on and do a direct challenge like this. So yeah, get people in on the ground level. This is where you get input, not just in in chat and those kind of things, which are great, but you'll be able to get input in, helping us figure out what we're doing with this stream. Because if you're here, you're the audience, you're the ones I want to satisfy. So I want you to keep watching. So get people in on the ground level. Share the stream with your friends. You have friends. I know you have friends. Oh, I should have played that tapped. Okay. All right, and now we can scry. It's amazing how big of a benefit scrying is. Yeah. Oh, Thought Eraser? You're one of those players. Alright, let's see. So the good thing is, having the Bag of Holding, I'm not hurt really by those. Okay, so let's scry, and then we can use the Cathartic Reunion to draw. Yes, I don't think I need that yet. So we can move that, then draw, drop a couple of cards to the Bag of Holding. Nice. Okay, so now we can get some land on the battlefield. Let's go with the red. Red's going to be more important as we go. And even cycle. Okay, and we got our payoff. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Oh, and there goes our Bag of Holding. So can this deck come back from that is the question. I don't know. I don't know if this deck comes back from that. Okay, we got first strike. Not actual first strike on the creature. We got the first strike. First blood. There you go. Rambo. First blood. That's what we got. Okay, so exiling creatures. Okay, we do need some creatures on the board. I'm seeing a control. 236 cards. You're killing me. Killing me. Alright. So we don't have the bag of holding, which makes discarding. Okay, here we go. So now we've got it. So now let's get it down. That'll make discarding a little easier to deal with. I mean, that's what we want to do, so. Alright, let's pay 2 and draw a card. Nice. And then when we discard, we'll discard to the bag. Yeah, let's go there. Now we just gotta hope it doesn't get destroyed again. Euro. I'm still gonna go with Euro. I know it's probably far from the correct pronunciation, but I'm going with it. Alright, so let's go this direction. Nice. And cycle. Oh, and we got another one? Okay, but this is just going to make it discard, which will put it in bag of holding, so we can get it back. Okay, so far, nobody's done much. Alright, let's get this out. Let's go here. Yeah, we can put that in tapped. Had we dealt damage to ourselves, we could have drawn a card. Oh, so much control. I hate playing against control. I don't know if this is a good matchup for control. It's part of the deal. Nice. Okay, so now I think it makes sense to crack the bag of holding, because then we can play our second one next time. Let's do that. So we'll run, and then we can crack. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that this deck is going to stand a chance against control very well. Okay, let's go here. Alright, so we've started dealing damage, which is nice. Oh, I forgot it had haste. Could have swung in. That would have been good. Another Mortify. And more card draw. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. And that. Okay, so now we got our second one on board. So we actually should get the Godzilla trigger before long where we stick one. Because I think it's 4. Is it 4 times and you get to stick it? So much words to read on this thing. 4 or more times this game put it on the battlefield. So we should be getting close to being able to stick the Godzilla. Which will help us against Euro. All right. So it looks like, if I'm guessing here, it looks like this is a control shell with one plan to stick Euro and remove everything that's in his way, just to pull off a win there. It may not be accurate, but that's what it looks like so far. Okay. So it can't attack or block yet, but if we can get a Song of Creation and have the Bag of Holding at the same time, we'll discard that. So we really need that Song of Creation now. That will at least allow Hazoret to block. Oh, so Indestructible doesn't fend off against Exile. That's tough. Even Indestructible gets exiled. Alright, let's go ahead and get the land down. There's no reason not to do that. And we could get rid of with just 2 of those. Let's just do it. I mean, there's no other threat right now besides that. Wait, what happened? Oh, it prevents non-combat damage. Okay. Well, in that case, let's go here. Wait, no. Let's discard that. And we'll draw here. Okay, so if we can't beat it with non-combat damage, then we really need that Godzilla. We really need Godzilla. Okay. So I think we're going to cycle again. Wow. Well, we're not getting what we need. I mean, if this were a creature-heavy deck, I think we'd be fine. I think that's also why that matchup with the mono green was so helpful. Because not only does mono green just a decent matchup for what we're trying to do, as far as it doesn't remove a lot of what we're trying to do. I mean, it does have artifact removal, but we can also hold our own fairly well against creature removal. I mean, not creature removal, but creature decks. Yeah, it looks like we're going to just get controlled out of this game. I don't know how we're going to get around the control. So I need a way to discard now. Oh, this will deal damage to the planeswalker. Okay. Should have done that before I tried to stick my creature, though. Huh. Well, goofed that up. Once Glinthorn was down, it's not like I couldn't get rid of the, um, what's her name again? The Wanderer. I couldn't leave the Wanderer out there. I just wish I would have caught on to that before I played the Buccaneer. Oh, should we just hard cast? Or cycle? I think we'll go ahead and cycle because we've got to be... There we go. I thought we had enough triggers. So let's get the full benefit here. We'll get it on the battlefield and get to draw a card. Oh, another Mortify, of course. Okay, let's cycle that too then. Finally the Song of Creation, but is it too little too late? Probably. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I put this deck into the mid-range category. The one we're playing with discard. It's so weird. But as far as if you're going to categorize it between aggro, mid-range, and control, I would probably put it in the mid-range category. And at the end of the day, I think control just beats mid-range. Wait, we cast a spell. Why didn't we get to... Oh, because that was on the field. The Narset was on the field. That makes sense. So Narset kept us from drawing the cards, but now we're back in the game. Interesting. Very interesting. No rush to win here between these two. I'll say I might mill out before this is over at this pace. Is this 5 colors? Yeah. So now I'm really starting to think I understand this deck. It's control, but it definitely looks like more than anything it's for quests. Like that totally looks like... Okay, this new, I say new, I've seen it on the Triomes, and I feel like I've seen it somewhere else. With the crystal thing, it always looks like it's flipping me the bird. Like, I don't think I like that graphic. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. But, oh my gosh, what a horrible last few draws. I've top deck lands 3 turns in a row. At least 3. Like, Song of Creation didn't get to do anything. because I was top decking lands. That was it. So bad. Mm. Unexplained vision. Yeah. So, drawing cards, just enough creatures to finish things off. Um, and a lot of mortify. There we go. Good game. I'm kind of particular about things like good game. I know everybody's a little different on how they treat that. Fun game. Okay, of course it's fun when you win 57-0. No, I'm just kidding. It was fun. You got 2 quests done. So, is that deck built around quests? Because I finally determined that's what it appeared to be. Um, yeah, I can't say I don't come across decks with that many cards, but it's rare. It's rare to see that many cards in a deck. Not a lot of win cons there, mostly control shell. But yeah, well, you definitely fit the category of Jank there, which I love. I mean, obviously, that's what I do a lot of. I don't think I've ever built a, large 200, 300. I don't think I've ever built anything like that. It's hard for me to build around Yorion because you have to have at least 80. Um, yeah. Blue or black? I think we're going to move away from discard and see if we can't get our quest done this morning. Um, the discard deck is fun. It showed it can do pretty well against mono green, and I think with the changes we made this morning, I think it might also hold up against something like a mono white. We just can't misplay our wilts. That was horrible. But I think had we played that right, I think we'd have been fine there. Yeah, you had a ton of card draw for sure. Um, so I actually feel comfortable with the discard deck, but I'm going to move on from it because I do want to get my quest done this morning. So I played around with this Liliana's Contract deck last night. Um, I mean, I worked and worked and worked to try to come up with a way to make that function in the shell that I've got. I may just have to break it down completely and start over. I don't even think it would make a decent stream. It just didn't. I just didn't like it. I still need black and blue though. There's a little bit of blue in this artifact deck. I worked on it yesterday too. It still needs some tweaking, but not enough blue for our quest. So, what I haven't worked on lately, so we might be seeing something. Okay, I could either do one of two things: zombies, which I haven't worked on much lately, or pirates. Didn't we just get some new pirates? Oh, that was Commander Legends. We don't have those in Arena. Um, did Kaladesh have any pirates? I don't remember. So this is a fun little deck. Zombies is always kind of fun. We're guaranteed to get plenty of the black, which will help with the quest. I don't know. Let's take a look at pirates and let me double check Kaladesh. I don't think I ever looked to see if there were any pirates in Kaladesh. So let's just go straight there. Not many. Carry Zev. I do remember Carry Zev a little bit. Skyship Plunderer. Yeah, I don't think that really helps us much. Alright, let's just run it. This should help our quest. This will probably be the last deck we run this morning. We'll get through this quest and we'll be doing pretty golden. Vampire's Peace? Interesting. Ah, what a horrible draw. Yeah. I do appreciate that game, by the way. It's not often that a loss is enjoyable, but the fun thing about historic is I do come across them though. I do definitely in historic come across losses that I go, okay, well that was fun. Um, Especially when they're that one-sided, because in historic you just see so many different things that you'll just never see in standard. Um, and unfortunately, you don't see a lot of fun stuff on the ranked ladder, and so I guess I can't complain too much because it makes sense if you're on the ladder to play competitive decks. I just don't play that way, but it does make sense that everybody else would, so I can't really complain about it. But let's go ahead and go tapped. This is a little bit of an odd hand because the curve in this deck is not really represented well here. I've got a pretty good curve in this deck, but nothing other than an enchantment lower than 4 right now. Here we go. This is a little bit of a better representation. Okay, so this deck really plays off of, what's her name, Tetsuko, that gives unblockable. So you have to have power or toughness 1 or less. And so what I'm trying to do with most of the cards in this deck is create creatures with big power, low toughness, so that they get through unblocked. Unfortunately, I haven't drawn her yet. Okay, so we lost the Storm Tamer, but we did get the payoff of card draw. And those are not helping. Alright, let's just go get some black land. And then, before long, we'll get to play Nicol Bolas. Which, Nicol Bolas is not necessarily on theme. But it's like, well, he does the colors really well. Why not Nicol Bolas? Yeah. Does Nicol Bolas have to be on theme to be in your deck? I don't think so. Goblin Ruin Blaster. Is this going to be... Okay, this is just goblins for the most part, isn't it? I have a goblins deck, but I feel like I shouldn't play it. Because everybody's playing goblins right now. And I don't want to be everybody right now. He totally destroyed my land with that card, too. Which one? Oh, that one got kicked and destroyed target non-basic land. That's messed up. Who plays land destruction? What kind of person does that? Is there anything worse than land destruction? Wow, these synergize better than I thought. I don't know that I've ever had 2 of them on the field at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, those mortifies, they were frustrating. Well, this is what we call too little too late. We're going to play Nicol Bolas, but it won't matter because we can't get enough things off the battlefield. That'll help with our quest a little bit. Alright. Yeah, let's just get out of here. We'll run it back. So, yeah, the deck's draw, that was a really bad draw for what this deck does. We need to see Tetsuko fairly early. Because we want to put the pressure on, even if we don't win from our aggressive style, we need the pressure on early to help us do what we need to do. And we just weren't able to do that. Which I guess that's the thing with most of my decks. I like to put the pressure on early, even if I'm not necessarily planning to win with the aggro kind of the early aggressor, being the early aggressor. It may not necessarily be the plan for winning, but it is the plan to set everything up. Okay, so we'll go here. And this time we won't keep the Neck Breaker, Direfleet Neck Breaker. That's a cool sounding card. We won't keep it, but it still plays well on the deck. But it needs to come out a little bit later. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Pay the 2 life. Get this on the board so it can swing next turn with the Infernal Scarring on it. Alright, Wolf's Blood? Wolf's Blood. Bloot? I don't know. Wolf's Blood 82. That's the year I was born, by the way. I was doing some research on a rifle that I own that was made the same year. Thought that was pretty neat because it's an heirloom. It was owned by my grandfather on my mother's side. And thought that was pretty neat. Okay, so this is finally doing what we want. We'll go tap. I don't need 3 land. We'll go here. Okay, so I say we don't necessarily need to win by being the aggressor. We just need to put the pressure on. But winning aggressively is still really good. So if we get out to a fast start here, I mean, we'll definitely take that. But all right, actually, let's keep the card draw going because we can swing. Actually, we'll swing. No, we'll keep a blocker. Not that that one damages. Not that I even do a lot of blocking. That has been my downfall many a game, and that's okay. So now we just got to wait and see what kind of removal we're going to be up against. But hopefully, with the card draw, we can withstand some removal. Scoot Swarm. So that would be, they would be good chump blockers, except they can't block. So that could work. And do we play it? Yeah, they're tapped out. Doesn't matter when we play it. We'll play it now. Okay, the downside is we couldn't attack with Tetsuko. Wait, what? Oh, you have to play it as an instant. Okay, because it's not a, it doesn't last the turn. Okay, that makes sense. My brain was multitasking there for a second. So it's attacking creatures, not creatures that attack this turn. So you play it as an instant, and that makes sense. You would think I'd never played that card before. It has been a while since I played this deck, I'll be honest. I got so many that I cycle through all the time. This one tends to be one of the last ones I get to. Alright. Mutate, sacrifice a creature. Let's go there. So actually, I think... Yeah, so my thing on mutate, I know it's a big thing in standard right now. I don't see much of it in historic. My thing on it is, I feel like you're just putting everything on one creature, and when that creature is gone, you've lost too much. You didn't get the value. You don't get as much value as having a wide board state. Oh, why didn't I swing them both that time? Oh my goodness, my brain is fried right now. I don't know why. Yeah, yeah, you definitely got plenty of removal. The mortifies wiped me out. But that's what I'm saying. Like if you mortify that one creature, you've mortified like you've taken out so much of that deck because they just all stack up. Um, and that typically is what I've found too. Is even if I don't have a ton of removal, because it's all on one creature, you don't even need a lot of removal. You just got to make sure you got some in your hand. So I'm not a big fan of that. I think the other thing with mutate is it's going to be one of those mechanics. It's like the enchantment deck, they can bypass it. Yeah. So the thing about the that hurts. Well, not really, because they're down to one. Doesn't hurt that much. So the shrine decks. What gets me about the shrine decks is they are really easy if you happen to have enchantment removal. But if you play a lot of best of one, which I do, you don't always pack enchantment removal because. So it depends on where the meta's at. So right now you should pack enchantment removal because that's the meta. Like those shrine decks are a thing. But for the longest time, I didn't pack much enchantment removal, and so probably the best one is Cleansing Nova because it just gets rid of all of them. But you got to be in white to play that. Now, luckily, green has a fair amount of enchantment removal, but it's almost all single enchantment removal. There's not very many that are going to wipe the board. And the shrines, they tend to stack up. Yeah, that's the new one. That's the one that you played on me in that game, but that's also in white. So again, if you're not in white or green, so black now finally has Feed the Swarm, but that's a single enchantment removal, which will slow down the Shrines deck, but not necessarily take them out hard. I mean, blue can just bounce everything, so I guess blue's fine. Blue doesn't need enchantment removal. It'll just send everything back to your hand. Yeah, Wilt. Oh, what is Broken Bond? I don't remember that one. Oh my. My wife is getting ready to go to work. She's a middle school teacher, and she just showed me her get up for the day. It's crazy hair day. Yeah, that might be something fun to do today. Get on Facebook and search for teachers going to school for Spirit Week. Yikes. Ramp and Broken Bond is ramp and enchantment removal. I got to look that one up. I don't remember that one. We'll play this deck one more time. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. So, yeah, blue is fine. I think red probably has the most trouble with enchantment removal, wouldn't you say? I think so. Well, and black, because black really, outside of Feed the Swarm, black doesn't do much. But black is typically, so if you pair black with white, you've got Mortify. If you pair black with green, you've got Assassin's Trophy. Let's see. Yeah. Plenty of artifact removal for red, but and so that's the thing with the shrine decks is you've got to like artifact removal and creature removal. Like you specifically have to have enchantment removal. Again, if you're playing in blue, you're fine because blue removes everything. Just bounces stuff back to your hand so much. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not a fan of counter spells. Counter spells ruin every deck, I suppose. I think the thing is, I was trying to figure out at one time, so when I was trying to be a little more competitive, I did a lot of watching and reading, and people were saying with counter spells that you have to, throw your weak stuff out. But sometimes that's an option, sometimes it's not, and you just have to feed into them with whatever you've got, and just hope you really have to outpace a counterspell deck. Yeah, that's the thing. You're right, aggro, because you got to outpace it. That's really the only way to beat it. All right, let's go here. I was kind of hoping to hold the Fabled Passage and see if I could draw more land, so that when I cracked it, I got untapped land, but that didn't work out too well. So we have to go with a tapped land on our Fabled Passage. And I think we're already too far outpaced. This particular deck does not have much interaction. Like, it really just wants to do its thing. Let's go. Gosh, with the flying, we almost have to deal with that. Let's go here. Yeah, I think this is over. We've been outpaced, and again, I don't have much interaction in this deck. Its game plan is to get out in front and stay there with Tetsuko. Gosh, that's a... Yeah, it is a good game. Like, that's it. Which, going back to what I was saying earlier, I hate when somebody says good game and they haven't lost. Like, I feel like it's just etiquette on Arena, because he doesn't know I don't have a board wipe, or anything else. Like, that just, it irks me when you say good game and you haven't lost the game. Like, the loser on Arena is because you just don't know. I mean, if we're sitting at the table, at the kitchen table and we're playing, it's a little bit different. But, and only slightly though. Like, it could still be the same situation. 3 times after I board wiped them 3 times, right? Like, it just and so I think the reason why people do it on Arena so much is if you do it the way it should be done, you almost can't do it, because it really shouldn't happen until the loser has lost, or at least the loser concedes. Well, once you get the screen where your avatar blows up, I mean, really, that's the point at which, if you were playing paper, you would say good game. Like, it'd be over, your life total hit 0, you say good game. But on Arena, once that avatar blows up, there's really not much interaction opportunity to do emotes or whatever after that. And so I think a lot of people they want to make sure they say it, and so they just say it. And it's like, well, but that wasn't very appropriate, because you said it and you thought you won. Guess what? You didn't win. I just wiped your board. It's over. So, yeah, I'm just like, I would rather not say it than to be the winner, or assume that I'm the winner and say good game and look like an idiot. But that's me. And it's funny, I follow some Facebook groups, Arena Facebook groups, and it is funny how many people have a strong opinion on that. And I guess mine's fairly strong, but I don't know. So I could have, I probably should have. I should have held that. I mean, I should have went red, because I've got that too. Oh well. I should have went ahead and gone swamp, just in case my next draw was a land. I could have held on to that Fabled Passage. See? But oh well. We're still doing what we want to do right now. I see some blue and green. Mermaider Man. That's kind of fun, I guess. I feel like we're going to get maybe some... Yeah, I'm thinking ramp. Oh, an ooze. I was thinking we'd be ramping into something like Ugin, but... And that may still happen. I don't know. Alright, so... We might lose this scoundrel. Okay, we didn't lose it. That's big time right there. By not losing it, we can stick a Tetsuko later and be in really good shape. I think he'd have been better off blocking. Which is funny coming from me since I never block. It's not that I never block, but blocking is not high on my to-do list. Alright. Okay, this is good. Now we can get our red land. See, but now the problem here is, without having Tetsuko, I don't think I want to push... Maybe... So, we got options here. We could swing and just see if we can call his bluff. No, I think we wait. I don't think we put anything out that's going to show what we've got. We're going to try to play this one a little bit smarter. Probably the way I should be playing all my games, right? So let's not show off what we've got yet until we land a Tetsuko. We don't want to give away the game plan too much. Especially having 20 life, I think we can survive a little bit longer the way we are. And once we land Tetsuko, I think we can land enough damage to just be done. The other thing is, there's also a part of me that thinks maybe we can sneak it in. But I'm going to wait. We could go with the one that has the Infernal Scarring now, just to get the card draw. Or maybe we can bait an attack on their end. That would be nice. But see, they're not taking the bait. They're not attacking. That's annoying. Okay, let's take the risk with one so we get card draw and see what happens. Alright, so we'll take the card draw. Maybe that's enough to bait. Let's go ahead and go here, and then let's stick maybe... Let's go with another Infernal Scarring. So we still haven't given up our game plan yet, really. Maybe we have, I don't know. I'm afraid the Kite Sail Corsair might give it away. If we haven't already given it away. But I'm thinking not giving away our game plan could be a big benefit. And speaking of game plans, I'm starting to wonder if he's just going to keep not attacking and just function or focus on the Simic Ascendancy. That kind of looks like what's going on over there. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the flyer down. Oh, is it going to get countered? That's fine. If we draw out a counterspell with that, that's really good because we need Tetsuko to stick. What is it? Counterspell and return target permanent to its owner's hand. Create a token. Oh my goodness. Sublime Epiphany. So I knew that card was out there, but I guess I've never seen it played that well. That hurts. Wow. Yeah, that really hurt. Okay, let's go here. And again, if that had drawn out a counterspell, I'm not as worried. But see, I'm starting to become worried by the cards in hand. Because now, even if we land a Tetsuko, how long will it survive? Because we've got to get... I don't know if we have enough land to beef up one creature enough. So I almost feel like I need a second creature on board. Although this board state might be more than we can handle pretty soon. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Are we going to be forced to block? Or can we survive a turn? No, we have to block. There's too much damage on board. The downside to that is I don't think we recuperate after that. I think by not drawing a Tetsuko earlier in the game, yeah. Well, they are going to win the game, but I think it really comes down more to not getting the right draw at the right time, more than anything. Let's see. Yeah, we just don't. I can't play enough creatures. We got off to the good early start, and if we just had Tetsuko, we could have finished him off. We easily could have finished off our opponent there. Just didn't have the right card at the right time. And we have a little bit of card draw in this deck, but not a lot. And we usually don't need a lot. It usually gets out and running so fast. But I built it around pirates. But here's the funny thing. So it's on theme with pirates. It's totally got the tribal theme. But I don't think there's a single card that impacts pirates. I think it's... Let me go look. Was it attacking... I think it's all attacking creatures. Is it not? Where'd it go? Maybe it was attacking pirates, but I thought it was attacking creatures. Oh, it is attacking pirates. Okay, I take that back. So there is one card that actually affects pirates, but everything else affects other creatures, not necessarily pirates. But anyway, theme and tribal is what I enjoy the most, so it works pretty good for that. Okay, I'm going to get those last two some other time. I've got to go. Got to go to my day job, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it so much. Like I said, I think this is actually the best time to be here. It's the ground floor where we can interact more this way. We can do things like jump on, do a direct challenge. So, like I said, share, like, subscribe, do all those things. Get your friends in here because, like I said, ground floor, there's going to be much more interaction. And actually, as we go, we'll find ways to make the community smaller at times. So, like maybe subscriber stuff where we can still keep our small group going. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys on the ground floor. So have a good day. It's been great. It's been fun. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.